What if I told you the biggest thing blocking your peace is not a major sin, not something shocking, not something you feel guilty about every day, but something so common you stopped noticing it? Not because you are evil, not because you don't care about Allah, but because you got used to it. Most people think distance from Allah comes with loud mistakes. Big sins, public failures, clear moments of regret, but the truth is far more uncomfortable. Distance usually comes quietly. It comes through habits that slowly become normal, through actions repeated so often that the heart stops reacting. At first, you feel something, a little discomfort, a small pinch of guilt, but then life keeps moving. You repeat it again and again and again, and one day you don't feel anything at all. That is where the real danger begins. Because when a sin becomes familiar, the heart doesn't scream anymore. It whispers, then it goes silent. And silence feels like peace, but it's not. It's numbness. This is why some people pray but feel empty. Make DU letter 2BF a Macron letter 2B but feel blocked. Avoid major sins yet feel spiritually heavy. They are not broken. They are distracted. Islam never taught that only major sins destroy hearts. It warned us about repetition without awareness. A small habit done daily can damage more than a big mistake done once, because repetition rewires the heart. Think about it. Anything repeated daily becomes normal, even if it was wrong at the start. This is why the Quran talks about hearts being sealed, not suddenly, but gradually. Not because Allah turns away instantly, but because the person slowly stops turning back. And here is the part most people miss. The sin is not always the action itself. Sometimes the sin is carelessness, carelessness with time, carelessness with words, carelessness with intention, carelessness with remembrance. You don't feel guilty missing focus in prayer. You don't feel bad delaying salah unnecessarily. You don't feel bothered scrolling endlessly while your heart feels empty. Because it became normal, and normal things don't feel dangerous even when they are. This is why peace slowly fades. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly. You wake up one day and something feels off. Your patience is shorter. Your motivation is weaker. Your DU letter to BF a Macron letter to BE feels heavy. You don't know why, and because you can't point to a big sin, you assume it's stress, or bad luck, or burnout, but the heart knows. Islam teaches that sins are not just moral failures, they are spiritual weight. And the heaviest weight comes from sins you stopped noticing. That's why the Prophet letter F, BFA taught daily self-accountability. Not because people were evil, but because humans forget. He taught us to renew intention daily, to seek forgiveness daily, to reset daily, because without reset, habits rule you, and habits don't care about your intentions. They only care about repetition. This is why a single correction can change everything, not 10 changes, not a complete life overhaul. One habit, one awareness, one decision to stop normalizing what is quietly harming you. Sometimes that habit is delaying prayer without reason. Sometimes it's mindless scrolling that kills focus. Sometimes it's constant complaining. Sometimes it's ignoring the heart's dryness and calling it normal. The exact habit differs for everyone, but the pattern is the same. Comfort replaced consciousness. Islam never trained people to live on autopilot. It trained them to live intentionally. That's why prayer is spread across the day, not to burden you, but to wake you up. That's why wudu repeats. That's why hikr repeats. That's why repentance is encouraged daily. Because awareness fades quickly. And when awareness fades, habits take control. The most dangerous state is not sin, it's being okay with it. Because when you are okay with it, you don't ask Allah for help anymore, and when you don't ask, you don't receive. That's how blessings feel blocked, not because Allah is withholding, but because the heart stopped knocking. Fixing this doesn't require perfection. It requires honesty, honesty with yourself, honesty with Allah. Ask yourself quietly, what have I stopped feeling about? What action used to bother me but no longer does? What habit steals my peace but feels normal now? That answer without excuses is the doorway, because Allah does not require dramatic change. He loves sincere return. The moment you notice again, the heart softens. The moment you care again, the connection begins to heal. This is why a single habit fixed can open doors you thought were locked forever. Not because the habit was everything, but because awareness returned. And awareness invites mercy. If your peace feels weak, don't assume you are far from Allah. Assume you became distracted. And distraction is reversible. Return does not start with shame. It starts with noticing. That's why this reminder matters. Not to accuse you, not to judge you, but to wake you up gently, because the most powerful changes begin quietly. And the smallest habit, corrected with sincerity, can bring back peace, barakah, and closeness you thought you lost. Thanks for watching. If this reminded you of something you needed to hear, subscribe for more reflections that reconnect the heart.